So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Prescott now on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Looking to throw. Prescott. He hits Beasley right side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Being chased out left. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. First down throw for Prescott. And this one brought in by Gathers. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 42 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Now for the point after. The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Mayfield. Flush to his right. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, 82 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Charles, while Dallas comes back out, let me ask you about the game you called last week when they beat Detroit with a field goal there at the end. Important victory for Dallas to get back to 2-2.
Vital victory for them because you know how things happen. If it happens in Texas, it's big, right? When it happens with Dallas and the Cowboys, it's monstrous. So to get them back to 2-2, kind of tamp down a little bit of panic that was coming from their fans, that was huge. But Ezekiel Elliott, he was a full-grown man in that game. 152 yards on the ground, 240 all-purpose yards, a big catch down the stretch. He did everything for them against the Lions defense, the worst run defense in the NFL through 4 weeks. But, boy, he put it on them, and that was a vital victory for the Cowboys. And Dak Prescott played well, too.
And next up, Battle of the Lone Star State as they head down to Houston. Throwing, Prescott. And he finds Beasley, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A Dallas first down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Higgins. A gain of 32 that time. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end.
And it's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Damian Ratley from 3 yards out. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A very solid gain of 27. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Hey, Sweat. Here we go, 46. 46.
Prescott looks to throw on first. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, Jabril Peppers. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, the Cleveland Browns coming off another tough loss week 4 at Oakland. And I mentioned it earlier, CD, they really could be 4-0. But one highlight of that loss to the Raiders, the rookie Nick Chubb.
I'm wondering if he's going to start to take a few carries away from Carlos Hyde. Now, Carlos is averaging about 3.5 yards a carry. He does have 5 touchdowns, and he's their volume ball carrier and their workhorse. Of course, Duke Johnson's much more of a third down type. Get him out in open space, get him ball. So he'll keep his niche. But will Nick Chubb get a few more? Because how about this stat line? 3 carries, 105 yards against Oakland. Touchdown sprints of 63 and 41. How about this, too? You talk about an anomaly. 1,200 instances of guys running for over 100 yards and scoring 2 touchdowns in NFL history. But none of them did it with 3 or fewer carries.
Until Nick Chubb. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll find a way. That's Landry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Extra point attempt to come here. This time the extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. That'll bring up second down.
Well, CD, a quick look back at Week 4 in the NFL. Not good for rookie QBs. They went 0 for 4. You had Rosen and Mayfield making their first starts. Both close losses.
Yeah, and Sam Darnold took on Jacksonville, one of the better defenses in the league. That's a tough go, and obviously lost that game. And then how about Josh Allen in Buffalo going to Green Bay? The Packers wearing the throwback uniforms. He almost didn't have a chance in that one. That was a really difficult one. But you mentioned Rosen and Mayfield. Close losses, acquitted themselves pretty well overall, although Mayfield did turn it over 4 times in the game. But I like what we're seeing out of him. The one winner, though, was Lamar Jackson, but it doesn't go on his record. He wasn't the starting quarterback. Used a little bit in their game in their win over Pittsburgh.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from Cleveland after this. First down, Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Second down, Prescott. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And just shedding him off there. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. To return, it's Peppers. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you hit a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? And Callaway taking it in left side. A very solid gain of 27.
And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
Now Johnson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the red zone now, Mayfield forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Detroit! Detroit!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. Landry, the intended target. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half. Prescott, right side, complete to Butler. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Throwing, Mayfield. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
All right, here we go. Blue, Landry!
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, Njoku. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
First down, Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, 39 yards. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 5. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Buying time to his left. Room here to run. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Prescott from the gun. Steps, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Cowboys are in for 6.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
And in the 3rd quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it will stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
And the Browns getting set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Mayfield to throw it. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Going deep here for Landry, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this one caught by Beasley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jeff Swaim from 13 yards out. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Short boot, take it at the 21. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Field goals are going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice game.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Mayfield looks to throw, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Darren Fells, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns move back within a couple of the lead.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And out now come the Cowboys. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down, make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back, Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play here for Dallas. 55 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. Takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
This is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's defensive guys? They know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football pounded in there.
Gotta hold them to 3 to keep this a one-score game. The penalty gets them half the distance closer, but they'll still need to come up with something on 3rd and goal. Prescott now. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. End zone, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll... And got his man complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 98 yards. So close. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run it with Johnson. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain of 39 that time. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for first down. A first down carry by Elliott. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott forced out to his left. And it's incomplete. He's still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.